In the shadow of the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago, the Chicago Board of Trade, and Bank of America's Chicago office building, there is a growing chorus of disaffected voices. The Occupy Chicago protest, loosely connected to the Occupy Wall Street movement in New York City, is now several weeks old. And as each day passes, more people join the street demonstrations.
It's been really interesting timing to have the Occupy Wall Street happen and also the stuff across the country happen as well, where there's sort of a national platform to talk about the things that we've been organizing for here for many years.
Even though the Occupy Wall Street protests have spread throughout major U.S. cities, Amisha Patel, the executive director of the Grassroots Collaborative, says discord among those living in Chicago is not new.
For many months, actually, there's been organizations across the city who've been coming together to talk about how do we take back Chicago, how do we talk about schools, jobs, and housing, the things that our members, our community folks are really dealing with on an everyday basis.
Beginning with massive protests outside meetings of the Mortgage Bankers Association and the Futures Industry Association, Patel's group, augmented by activists with Occupy Chicago, are staging peaceful rallies and protests throughout the week, with a different theme each day. On this day's protest, several hundred people gathered outside the offices of the Chicago Association of Realtors to show their anger at recent foreclosure practices and mortgage lending.
We all have our individual gripes, but I think they center around several major themes. And I think the biggest one is political accountability.
Roy Algren is a military veteran and retiree. He says the protests in Chicago, only now gathering momentum, should have taken off months ago.
I think we should have had this kind of outrage on the streets a long time ago. I think it's long overdue, and I think it's only going to grow.
Algren may get his wish. Organizers say these protests are setting the stage for much larger demonstrations in May, when tens of thousands of people will descend on Chicago as it hosts both the G8 summit and NATO meetings simultaneously. Kane Fairbaugh, VOA News, Chicago, Illinois.